So even though I've been playing Johnny since the game came out, so let's say a year and a half now, I always felt hesitant on making a guide because to me he was very self-explanatory and to me he made sense and I didn't know how to exactly explain it. But now that I've been playing the game for however long now, I do think now I could put into a video how he's supposed to be played and what you're supposed to do with him. So I'm gonna break this video down in 3 segments. The first one being playstyle, the second one being Camio usage and what to play in certain matchups. Third one being uh combos, just since those are the easiest. You can skip to the end if you want the combos. But I'm gonna start with playstyle. So Johnny is a rushdown character. Obviously, he wants to be in your face. Obviously, he has the best buttons for being in your face, right? But he's also, I think, a counter hit character and how you're supposed to play. So basically, what I mean is you want to make them think they can press, but in actuality, you can't. Obviously, you stay in 1-4-3. That frame traps, right? You cannot press there, even though they want to, however bad they want, right? But I'm talking about in neutral. So I think Johnny is the best when when you're 30% of the way in the screen, if that makes sense. Like not full screen, not mid screen, just in that range between 1 to 2 dashes, right? Because he has the best movement in the game, so he can close gaps very easily. And since he has the best movement, it's hard to react or it's not reactable. So they try to make reads, right? They try to just like you do one wave dash in, and I promise you they'll try to like catch you with like a button, right? And that button could be punishable, and then that's when you want to go in and punch with a forward one, a forward three, etc. Right? To me, this best works with pokes because people think, oh, this is a poke. This has the least recovery. This is a safe check. But in actuality, Johnny can punish those pokes on whiff or even on block if they're even that bad. So, for example, in the Lao matchup, right? Yes, you could punish down 3 on block, but you don't necessarily have to because you can just play that 1 or 2 dash space, punish the poke on whiff, make the matchup easy for yourself. Or Rain, for example, same thing. Or even PM. Even though the PM one hard, I'm not gonna lie. Sonic got it for that one. I'm not gonna lie. That Sonic clip that he got into, that shit was crazy. I could never do that. I don't know how he did it. But it's stuff like that, right? Where you want to make them think they can press or like, okay, I have to check him. He's dashing. Then you just punch him for it, right? So I think that's how Johnny is meant to be played. And let's go to another neutral tool that I think is really good, Shadow Kick. Obviously, there are cameos that give you combos off Shadow Kick. Goro, for example. Goro, Movado, Scorpion, but that's just hella impractical. Don't ever do that one. Melina, but that one's also impractical. Janet, but you get the point, right? Shadow Kick is a really good tool. It's 10 frames, 9 frames on block reversal. I think that's how that works. Basically, since it's your armor moved and goes half screen or 75% of the screen, you can use that to get in on reaction. So let's say someone's spamming you projectile, spam, spam, sector. You can Shadow Kick in, close the gap. Yes, you won't get Oki, but you're closing the gap more than you know than you were before. Like you're not full screen anymore. You're around 50 to 50% of the screen. So you're making your way in, slowly make your way in. And also with Johnny, I need to preface this: do not rush in mindlessly. I do this a lot, and it gets me killed 100%. Just because I just need to get in. I need to do something, or I just fucking get bored. But Johnny is a very patient character. You have to just sit there and block and wait for you to slowly walk your way in, because you will get in. You eventually will get in. You are Johnny Cage. If you don't get in, then it's either the matchup sucks or you just suck. And we'll talk about matchups later, but just be patient. Like King Gambler, like Joey, my goat, my friend, is the most patient person you'll see. And I think I'm gonna highlight this round specifically. But yesterday he played in Pro Comp finale. Congrats, Joey. Pro Comp West to qualify for the finale. Good shit, Joey. But this round against Rain was running away. Rain was doing shit on block, backing up endlessly, and Joey just kept dashing in, but not not overzealous, right? He dashed in twice, blocked, dashed in once, blocked, etc. Right? That's kind of how you want to play the neutral in certain matchups or in most matchups, and just wait your turn, because you will get your turn, and that's when you have to make the best of it. So just be patient, and I promise it'll work out. So I was making a cameo matchup chart, basically like what cameos I would use in certain matchups, but the list kept getting longer and longer because Johnny is very versatile. Johnny could work with a lot of the cameos, and actually I think we're all the cameos to some degree, right? Obviously it won't be his best or it won't be cheap, but he has routes, he has some like okay stuff. But I'll just break it down to the 5 most used cameos that I think you should play, and I think it is a necessity to learn a lot of these cameos for certain matchups, but you don't have to. You could play Tremor, which I think is the best cameo right now, and just make it work. You can completely do that. I just like to make my life easier, and picking up other cameos is it's not that hard in my opinion. But so the first cameo I will talk about is Tremor. Tremor right now, I think is the best cameo. I think we all can agree on that. There was fucking 30 Tremors at Texas Showdown, so I feel like we can all agree. But I'll just go through every cameo quickly. Tremor gives him health. Tremor gives him grab combos. Tremor gives him on block pressure. Tremor gives him mind games. Tremor gives him kind of harder blocks. I don't know. I haven't done any, but yeah, y'all can get me woke. But Tremor is just really good in general. Gives him everything he needs, etc. Right. The next cameo I'll talk about that isn't necessarily like as strong, but it's good in certain matchups. I think is Lao. Lao to me is probably his second best cameo. The cameo I go to the most if Tremor is not working. The only synergy they have together is Lao Hat. Like, yes, you get hype combos with spin. They're not that good. They like do 40 plus, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Lao Hat, Johnny Cage himself with his movement, having Lao Hat is the best thing ever. He was probably at his best with Johnny with like pre-patch Lao Hat when it was +2 and the recharge was hella fast because it just gave him everything. Gave him a plus mid, but that's not, no, we didn't talk about the past. But yes, I think it gives him harder blocks with the Lao setups. Nut punch is stupid plus, so you can set up Lao Head on block and be safe. So stuff like that, I think really helps Johnny. And obviously, shadow kick behind Lao Hat, skip neutral, right? Get in, do what you want to do, strike throw, back up, wait for Lao recharge. That's kind of the mind game, but obviously you can mix it up. Next I got is actually Movado. Movado, even though I only use it in a couple matchups, Movado is really good for Johnny. He gives him shadow kick on hit. But with Movado, the way you play it, don't be stupid. Just because you have an armor launcher, don't throw it out willing. Like, just don't throw it out just because you can fucking throw it out, right? It's not like Goro. It's unsafe. You will die for it. And you have 900. Remember that. Please remember that. You have 900. One Ermac combo, and you have Fatal Blow already. Just think about that. So, with Movado, the way I would describe this playstyle, you are playing patient. You are waiting for something reactionary. Like, you're waiting for like a whiff mid, whiff projectile, or just like a projectile, right? Shadow kick in, get the combo, get your Oki, start pressuring. Stuff like that is how you kind of want to play Movado. Movado also has very easy hype routes that I'll go talk about after. But yeah, Movado's good. Third best cameo. I use him in certain matchups like Homelander, maybe Garrus, but that's about it. The cameo that I think is really good, even though not a lot of Johnnies don't use it, I just think it's good because of what it gives him, is Sub-Zero. So I also use this against Garrus. I've thought about using this against Havoc. I've thought about using this against Sector. The thought of this cameo is that you're hitting for 40 plus every time. You should have hype built by your first combo. There's routes that let you build hype in one combo. You get 13% forward throw. You have plus 50 health. You have parry, ice clone parry. You have ice armor. Basically, you want to hit as hard as possible, and this cameo allows you to do that. Like, you're getting 50 in a corner with hype, 40 in mid screen, 45 plus in mid screen with hype. So stuff like that really adds up. And yeah, basically this team, I literally just call it hype fishing. You have to play around hype, or you're not playing it correctly. The last cameo I'll talk about that fell out of relevancy, even though obviously it's still really good, is Khameleon. Khameleon, I think, will always be Johnny's best cameo in terms of utility. Glaive is still the best projectile in the game. Fan lift, throw combo extensions, play like ass. Fan lift will always be there, and ball roll, free sweeps, free throws. But the problem with this cameo is it's 900, right? So if they're running Tremor or a fucking boss character, you're fucked. You should not run this cameo in that instance. But if you're running against, let's say, Rain or something along those lines, like Lou, something like a character that just has 950 or 1,000 and nothing more, then yes, please play this cameo. It's really good. The 10% is not bad. 10% is not bad. When it gets to 20, 30, 15, that's when it's like, all right, you need to get out this cameo. But those are all Johnny's best cameos, in my opinion, and in what instances you should play them. I'll try to make a matchup chart if it doesn't look stupid as fuck, because I know there's going to be a lot of slots. So bear with me with that one. And yeah, on to part 3. So while I was editing this video, I thought about another talking point that I should talk about. Even though it's not a necessity, I just think it's good and more Giants should use it. So if I could help people use it more and understand it, then it'd be great. It's it says hype. Hype is nowhere near as good as like let's say Sento or Smoke Invis. Like it's not a win con. You don't need this to win. But I think there's a lot of situations that can help you win if you know the right situations to use it in. So like I think Nico won CB without using hype. That makes sense. It's okay. It's not that deep. But hype is basically his install, right? You go into his star power mode, woo, and then you can do 3 special moves back to back. So you can do shadow kick, rising star, dash, uppercut, rising star, nut punch, etc. Right? It's endless possibilities. I don't know the actual math, but you can do whatever you want. And so in combos, obviously it's good. Cash out for your 40 plus, maybe 50 plus, right? Get him in the strike throw situation. Really, it's really good. But you can also use it in neutral. People are very scared of it. Now, the idea of hype is more scary than what it actually does, in my opinion. So you pop hype in neutral, let's say behind a Camio call, let's say you have tremor armor, sub armor, anything, right? So you're safe, kind of. You don't want to just pop it just to pop it. Now they're scared of you because anything they like, if they try to check you in neutral, shadow kick 3 times, it's 18%, and if they're in a corner, it even launches. Or so they have to sit there and block. That's what I've noticed. People sit there and block. They take free throws, or if they think you're pussy, they challenge you, but then that's when you actually punch them. It's a mind game, right? It makes a mind game way scarier than it is, and even like I said, the idea of hype is scarier than the actual hype. I don't know how long it lasts. I'm gonna just throw the number 7, 8 seconds. It didn't last long. I don't think. It's 10. If it's 10, it's crazy. But you have 8 seconds to basically do whatever you want, and they have to respect it. They have to take all these throws. They can't afford to get shimmy. They can't afford to mash. They can't afford to do anything, right? So you play around that. It's basically just a free damage. You get your throws in, etc. Also, it's also good in gaps. I'm not gonna. I always think about the Sarah Gur because it breaks my soul. But bro, if like let's say for Gears, for example, 4-3-3, whatever that low string is, I don't know string. You could nut punch through it. It gives you a no like in an invul no bar combo extender. So let's say they're trying to like punish you on wake up, or trying to meet you, just like just do a mid, nut punch. They try to let's say I'm trying to think of a gap, smoke forward 1-2, nut punch, right? And stuff like that, it's really good. So try to use hype more. Obviously, don't be a fucking idiot with it. Don't dash in and shadow kick 3 times and be like, "Oh, I thought I was invincible." No, it's more scary than what it actually does. But if you do get the hit, you can get a very big reward from it. So this combo I get asked the most on how to do, so that's why I'm narrating over it. And this is the only one that's gonna have an explanation because I think it's a little tricky. So basically, the combo should look something like this. I fucked it up a little bit, but that's kind of how it's supposed to go, right? You can get a forward 1-2, but forward 1-2 it's like adds literally 1 more percent. It's not that big of a deal. Basically, how you do it is the first jump 2 you want to hit as delayed as possible. Hit that jump 2 as close to the ground as you can. Then for the second jump 2, you jump up with them. You want to get the apex of their height. That's what it looks like, and they should fall into your 2-1-2. Don't delay the second 2-1-2, in my opinion, because then you get weird interactions like this. Where I can't fuck it up on purpose. Where like it's too high, right? And then you drop out, etc. So I would say the best trick is delay, apex, forward 1, nut punch. That's how you do it. All right. So I just filmed this whole thing while muted. So let me try again. I was making the cam video, and the cam video was really hard because she has 80 different million combo routes. So for example, a combo route can be different whether you stay on blue the entire time, or if you go from blue to pink, or if you go from pink to green. And it got really confusing, and I really couldn't make a video because I was just getting lost. So let me tell you the shortcuts that I look for, or like what moves I do specifically to what Camio I have, so you guys know what to do in that situation as well. So on green, you just go into any button into green, right? You go into glaive, you get a combo, blah blah blah. Meterless. For blue, you want to always end your combos on nut punch, because since you end your combos on nut punch, you get jump 4, shadow nut punch extension. On pink, you want to end all your combos on shadow kick. Since you end your shadow kick, you get another shadow kick or another stand 4, etc. It's tricky, but Cam is one of those cameos that you need to keep playing, and then you'll get the muscle memory down. And once you're like, oh, I'm on blue, let me go nut punch, right? Oh, I'm on pink, let me do shadow kick, because that's the only thing that worked at that time. And I promise you guys will get used to it, and it'll just become more. You'll be more comfortable on it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll be gladly to help. That is it for my Johnny Cage guide. Let me know if I helped you pick up Johnny Cage, or if you have any questions that I didn't go over. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Bye.